always the ones who ain't done enough. A nigga like me tryna double up. Fuck what I look for some trouble, fuck. Don't believe nigga that's cap. Oh, he do media, he don't rap. Hip hop is real, that's a fact.
It's gonna be a great day. Let's get into it, man. What battle are you looking forward to the most?
Every single one of them. They were all put together really intently. Okay. You know, we didn't just like suggest random bookings. We're talking to these dudes and think, who do you want to battle? What's a good match for you? What makes sense? Or when we do make suggestions, it's based on this, like, we see your trajectory and we think that this like was saying in Chef Trez, it just made perfect sense that these two battle, you know what I mean? Like they have a history of, like, they've mentioned each other multiple times, and it just similar age bracket, and you know, similar, it just makes perfect sense. Big T and Mac Myron, you know, they both from the Midwest, they both big dudes, like, just the optics of that on camera.
That's gonna be a good,
you feel me? And then,
all right, my favorite one, Averb and Pass.
Oh yeah, like that's,
man, this feels like a grind time matchup.
100%. Like, literally half the battlers on the card have been on grind time at one point or another. And with Averb and Pass, like, people look at that's a battle that's so good and makes so much sense, but like people think it's already happened, but it hasn't. It's like, damn, Averb and Pass, how have they not battled yet? But they're also both in a, like, for Pass, this is the biggest opponent of his career. Now, I know that Pass was just battling for 100K. Pass has already battled Hollow the Dawn, but battling Hollow the Dawn in 2009 is a lot different than Averb in 2022, and the weight that's behind that. There's a lot more gravity behind that. And Averb's just been on a tear. Like, to have been in the game for so long and as consistent as he was, like, it's incredible to see the progress.
He has probably the best resume.
Yeah, arguably the best resume, you know, so, like, all those matches they make a lot of sense. Geechee and Clean, they were already supposed to battle. Like, there's not too many opponents left for Geechee. He specifically wanted to battle Clean. Clean needs a look like this to reinsert himself in the conversation, because bar for bar, and like, Clean's created some of the biggest moments in battle rap. You know what I mean? He was literally the slogan of Smack for years. So, this is the type of opponent that's going to push him to the next level. You know, he's in hostile territory, and he's not one to shy away from those moments or confrontation. He's going to capitalize off of that.
Yeah, so definitely.
I'm excited to see that.
Real glad to see. Who do I want to see on the card, man?
Fate, Holmesy.
Fate, that's who it was.
Fate's, you know, that's another one of my
Reverse Live too, man.
And of course,
I'm so glad Reverse Live is on this card.
Fate and Holmesy make so much sense, because Fate is like, you know, like, I've been building Sane up, you know, the past year or so. I've been building Fate, and he just needs to continue to increase his profile and get better, bigger matchups. So Holmesy, one of the most understated but dope talents in the game. Like, Holmesy is so raw, and everyone knows he's dope, but he doesn't really get that push that he deserves. So I think that this, like, the two of them have a lot to prove right now in different ways. So
he always gives us a show when he come out here too. Holmesy, he always shows up. West Coast leads, like, on smaller leagues, everything.
He come out to West and show up and show out. And,
facts.
And then, of course, Reverse Live and Don Marino, which will be the first battle in GTX history, and make a lot of sense, because Reverse Live's been down since the grind time era. Facts. He was one of the first dudes I was pushing for him to go against Don Marino. Like, it just makes perfect sense, because Don is a dude that has consistently underrated performances, and he's kind of like, you know, a Miami version of what Reverse does. And then obviously there's the element of this being a Latino themed card with Aczino and Dizaster being the headline. It makes sense to have Don on this, holding it down for La Raza. And, you know, Reverse Live is actually half Mexican too, so you know,
so that's fine.
Everything is super methodically put together. And then, of course, there's the culture shifting, genre defining main event battle, you know, two different
crazy
languages.
Main event.
Like, I'm gonna tell y'all like this: what we had to do, the lengths we had to go to get Aczino into the country, like that's a whole documentary in and of itself. We had to procure him an O1 visa, which is like the top. You have to be like Ricky Martin to get that. You feel me? You have to be like Bad Bunny to get that type of visa. And the fact, not only did we have to drop, over 10 bands on an entertainment, or not an entertainment lawyer, an immigration lawyer. So if anybody needs help with the immigration lawyer, holler at me, because I got the best one in the game. But prepare to, you finna spend. Like that. And this dude, what, like the position that he was in, like, and the speed at which he procured it was insane. But also it goes to show you Aczino is an A1 caliber star, because you can't even get a visa like this without having incredible credentials. So
that's crazy.
He has the numbers, and it's like YouTube links aren't sufficient when you're submitting for an O1 visa. You need to have articles written. You need to have letters of record. We had letters from Universal Records, from from Puma. Like I'm saying, major corporations had to give to come together to even make this happen. So
that's crazy.
Incredibly excited for this. Of course, no one deserves it more than Dizaster. He's literally
I don't know what it is with. It's like every time he gets like the biggest matchup in the world, you're like, how he gonna top this matchup? And then he comes with something even crazy. Like
people like to find ways to discredit Diz, like on a professional level. You have to reach so far and go like so deep in your bag of hate to try to like overlook what this man not only has done but continues to do. Like he's like, you can't even describe it. And Diz's business mind and his creative direction of this whole GTX enterprise is second to none, and it's incredible to watch. As his homie that's known him so long, like his creativity flex in different ways, because he's putting it down behind the scenes. Like he's one of the best businessmen that I've encountered in battle rap culture, probably the best, to be honest with you. And a lot of people overlook that. They think that he's just like this erratic character that goes crazy on the mic, but that's barely scratching the surface.
Nah, I mean, how do you feel about him, getting this look, and, once again, this being the biggest look of his career?
No one else could have done it. Like, there's no one else that Aczino would have battled. There's nothing else. Because in other countries, they look at him, he's like the Jay-Z, Eminem, Nas all combined. And like, they don't look to the international scene, doesn't look to too many battlers in America like that. There's only a few. And he's like that dude. So, nothing else would have made sense. Nothing else could have attracted this match.
Nah, definitely. Going down. Or would there be any celebrities in the building that you know of? Or?
I mean, definitely the whole entire No Jumper squad is going to be in the building.
That's fire.
Yeah, there's a lot of people going to pop up for this. This ain't regular. The energy is there. The excitement is there. It's, we really like re-cementing ourselves in this soil and letting people know, like, if you're going to come out to LA, you're going to come out to the West Coast for an event. Like, this is who's holding down shop out here,
That's fire. Nah, I was gonna be glad to see everything come together tomorrow, man.
This is a culmination of all the work that all the grassroots platforms have been doing, out here, and huge love to what the Riot's done. They've been, they've been kicking down doors and holding it down. West Coast Elites, Shots Fired, you feel me? Like so many different platforms, PNR, the Rap Off. There's just been so much shit, and it's dope that GTX Grind Time is back in the mix, and not only back in the mix, but literally like dictating the direction of not only the coast but the entire culture. We in that conversation. You can't shut us out.
Would there be is there a way for GTX to maybe work with some of these other, like the Riot?
We're already working with the Riot.
Okay.
So the Geechee Gotti versus Clean Paper battle, or Kitchen Clean battle, is coming out on the Riot.
That's fine.
It's a collaboration. Not only that, we're releasing our first NFT series. We're going to get into that. And we're creating different streams of revenue through our distribution deal through Sony Orchard, through publishing as well, to create, like I touched on before, we're getting revenue and mechanical royalties for all these battle rappers, for everyone on this card. Everyone's going to be eating off this battle for the rest of their lives.
That's fire, bro. That's fire. I think, man, that's a good point to like really drive in there, like.
And like, look, like when you get this pay-per-view, it's not just a regular pay-per-view. Like we got crazy videos from a playlist that I selected of classic West Coast music that's gonna be on there. We got obviously DJ Smokey Martinez in the building holding it down.
Fire.
We got Direct RX and Beast Gatlin doing commentary. So
Fire as always.
Obviously, RX gonna have to flex that Spanish a little bit for all the people in Latin America tuning in. So yeah, it's we're just creating a great viewing experience. Avocado and the Ruin Your Day Squad filming it, so you know it's
gonna look great. Yeah. All right, so after this, Geechee
That's
has
not my baby, by the way.
after
I don't
this,
think so, at least.
Geechee has a matchup next week also.
Yep.
I mean, but I think by this time we've seen him do this though, like have battle week after week and still bring his A game. You know what I'm saying? So you're not worried about that at all.
For the entirety of his career,
Yeah.
like, he's been doing that, and he's only gotten better. And in addition to that, Geechee was locked into this battle in January.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? It's nothing like for him to, like, he not only regularly battles back to back to back, but he has been locked into this for a long time. So I have no concerns. He's gonna give us a show as he always do.